So far in my orientation videos with you, we've talked about our organization's mission and also our vision, what we want to become as an agency. Now I want to talk with you about our values. If the mission is the purpose for why the organization exists, and the vision is really that ideal state that we're driving towards, we're shooting for, well then the values are descriptors that tell us how we're going to do that. What's it going to be like to work at Interface, to work with each other? How should we conduct our business? And that's really what the values help to govern. So in 2009, we got together, the entire staff, and we started from scratch and said, if we could pick any values we wanted at all to represent how we want to work together as a team, as a large agency, how we want the community to experience us, how we want clients to experience us, what would those be? And we came up with 5 core values. And you would think this was difficult, but in actuality, there was a lot of commonality, and we came to these fairly easily. So the first of the 5 is community. And now we've talked about community in our mission, we've talked about community in the vision statement, and so it comes up again in our value statement. So it's really a key concept for us here at Interface. So what we say is that Interface builds partnerships that encourage teamwork and empower friends, families, and neighborhoods. So we definitely acknowledge that we don't do our work in a vacuum, and that the way in which we want to do this work, how we want to do this work, has to be in the context of community. And so that means building partnerships and encouraging teamwork, strengthening others while they're helping us out, seeing our volunteers and our community partners as being every bit as important in the work as what we do amongst our teams within the agency. Same thing with families. We bring them on as team members, not as people we're doing something to or with, right? So that's that deep sense of community. That's the first core value for us as an organization. The second is excellence. So Interface holds itself to the highest standards of efficiency, program quality, and service results. So that's how we define that term excellence. So we talked about the effectiveness idea in the vision statement as well. So we actually really believe as an organization that one of the values that we hold dear to us is that we are going to do an excellent job with our kids, with our families, and in front of and with our community. So that means sometimes we have to really challenge ourselves and hold ourselves to very high standards. If you're looking for an employer or a place to work where it's kind of the same old, and you're not really going to be challenged, this may not be the greatest agency for you. But I hope that the reason why you've chose to come to work in Interface, and the reason why we've chosen you to join the team, is because you hold that same kind of value that we do, which is that excellence, efficiency, program quality, really driving to service results is really important to you, because it's important to all the rest of us, so much so that we've made excellence one of our 5 core values. The third is integrity. Now, and so we say Interface builds credibility and trust in the community by aligning its mission, programs, people, and results. So that's how we define integrity, that we're going to align our mission with our programs. We say this is what we're going to do, and then we're going to do it in our programs. And then we align the people and the results to that. So we hire people just like you who we believe can help us to implement these programs to fulfill our mission and to get to those results of excellence that we really want to achieve. So integrity is a core value for us. Now there's another example, another element or a way to think about integrity, and that's kind of basically that, are you going to do what you say you're going to do? And sometimes, it's said that you can build integrity up over a lifetime and you can tear it down in a minute. And so my invitation and request of you is that you take this on personally as your responsibility to make sure that Interface is an organization that has integrity. I try to do that myself, And but I can't be everywhere. I can't watch and make sure that everything is going to happen with integrity. So that's something that we have to share, all of us together. And I think we're going to be an agency that continues to have integrity and is seen as having integrity if all of us make that a personal mission, a personal goal in terms of our work at Interface. So that's one that's really important to me personally, and I hope it's important to you as well, because the work that we do is really based on trust, isn't it? It's based on the community's trust, donors' trust of us, government contractors saying, look, we're going to trust you with $1 million to do these programs. And if we don't act with integrity, then that trust breaks down, and that really won't enable us to be there for kids and families in the community in the long haul. So we have community, excellence, and integrity. The fourth value is respect. Interface demonstrates positive attitude and professional regard amongst staff, volunteers, and community members. So acting with integrity is part of acting with integrity is that idea of being respectful, right? And sometimes people may not actually be respectful towards us. And that's the hard part, is that we've decided as an organization that even though that may be true, we've decided that we're going to act with respect towards other people. And we're going to do this in terms of demonstrating a positive attitude and having professional regard amongst each other as staff. We may disagree with each other. We may say, hey, I think you're wrong about that, and I have another idea, or whatever. But we've decided as an organization that we are going to do that in a respectful way with each other. And also with our volunteers and community members. Sometimes we may run across challenging situations in the community. We may have other organizations that don't act with integrity or don't act in a respectful way, or might want to undercut us as an organization or something like that. Those can be challenging things for us to handle, but we've decided what we can control is what we do. And what we've decided is that as an organization, we're going to treat people inside the organization, our clients, our partners out in the community with respect, because it's one of our core values. Last but not least is service. Interface serves with compassion and commitment. So we are a service organization, but we wanted to highlight the fact that we want to do that with compassion. We recognize that the kids and teenagers and adults, family members that we work with are going through really hard times, and we want them to experience us as a compassionate partner who understands and tries to be as kind and supportive as we can while we help them through those struggles. And not only do we want to do that with compassion, but we want to do it with commitment. It's one thing to be there for the short run, the short term with somebody. It's another thing entirely if you can say, hey, look, I want to be there to support you for the long haul, regardless of what goes on or what happens, or whether you might make mistakes or you might have setbacks or whatever. We're not going to cut and run. We're going to be here for the long haul with you, and that's the way we demonstrate that core value of service. So community, excellence, integrity, respect, and service. These are the 5 core values at Interface, and I would really challenge you to take this list, put it up in your work area so you can be reminded of that, because this should be a guide for all of us in the easy times and in the hard times, that as an organization we've chosen to live by these 5 core values.